श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि रामानुजदया पात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेंकटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदांतदेशिकं सन्तश्रीरङ्गपृथ्वीशचरणत्राणशेखराः जयन्ति भुवनत्राणपदपङ्कजरेणवः. Welcome to the participants for the explanation of Sri Padukasahasram by Sri Vedantadeshika. So we are going through the fourth Paddhati called Samarpana Paddhati, and we are through sixth verse till yesterday. So we are taking up the next one. So I have been telling you that Sri Vedantadeshika talks to the divine sandals of Sri Ranganath of Sri Rangam directly, and when we feel the presence of the divine figure, what you call Divya-Mangala Vigraha, as somebody put it among the participants correctly, he is made of sattva quality only, the sattvamayam, whereas all of us are mixed with all the three gunas, namely sattva, rajas and tamas. So let me begin with earnestly the seventh verse of the fourth Paddhati, Samarpana Paddhati. So Swami Vedantadeshika uses the Sati Saptami expression in the first pada, can say first line, first quarter. Rame vanam brajati pankti rathe prasupte rajya apavada chakite bharate tadanim ashvasayet kaha iva becomes ka iva kosalavasina tan sita iva chet tvam api sahasa vrittihi asi. So the famous incident of Kaikeyi demanding two boons, which long ago were promised by Dasharatha. So while fighting with the demon for the sake of gods, the demon called Shambarasura, Dasharatha had the help of Kaikeyi, since Kaikeyi was not only younger to all other co-wives, but also trained well by her father Ashwapati from Kekaya country in all royal arts, including fighting. And therefore, she could help Dasharatha in defeating the demon. And when a sudden mishap happened, she could save him from the danger. And when the nail, rather part of the wheel was fallen, and then, or it had fallen, you can say, Kaikeyi put her right index finger into the hole so that the wheel did not fall down. Therefore, she saved Dasharatha. How did she insert her right index finger? The background story is very interesting. She was very mischievous as a child. She was playing with a sage who visited her father, the king, and the sage cursed her because she tickled him by the right index finger. The sage cursed her finger to become as hard as metal, in the sense loha, we say, iron. The finger was like iron, and therefore she could use the iron finger as a nail to save Dasharatha from falling down from the chariot. Therefore, she got 2 boons. But when Dasharatha asked her to take the 2 boons immediately, she said she will take them later. So those 2 boons are very much known to all of us. So that is the one first mentioned in this 7th verse. Rame vanam vrajati pankti rathe prasupte. Rame vanam vrajati. That was the first boon. So what happened there while Bharata was begging or requesting Sri Rama to give him the sandals, divine sandals. Rame vanam vrajati. When Rama was going to the forest, while Sati-Sattami expression has been used, is being used by anybody, any poet, you start the translation when. So when Sri Rama started for the forest, and then Panktirathe Prasupte. Panktiratha is another name for Dasharatha. Pankti means, as all of you know, row, R-O-W. So a row of chariots, in the sense he could win over 10 enemies at a time opposing him on the chariots. So single-handed, Dasharatha can handle all the 10 opponents simultaneously. And therefore he was called Dasharatha. 10 charioteers can oppose him and get defeated only. Another meaning of the word Dasharatha, not of course Panktiratha, meaning he can drive his chariot on all the 10 directions. Normally we know the 8 directions. So east, south, west and north. And we have southeast, southwest, northeast and northwest. So plus up and down. So these are the 10 directions. Therefore he was called Dasharatha. Dasharatha was a Chakravarti, an emperor. And he was a Satyasandha, as we understand from Ramayana. And Rama also helped the father to continue to be Satyasandha. And what happened was, within 5 days of his separation, Sri Rama's separation from him, he passed away, unfortunately, in the absence of Bharata and Shatrughna. Lakshmana and Sita accompanied Sri Rama to the forest. It was not a boon demanded by Kaikeyi that Sita and Lakshmana should go to the forest along with Sri Rama. But it happened so. Meaning, any bad demand will also affect some others too, sometimes in the same family, and so on. So, Panktirathe Prasupte. So, as we say in English also, he went to a long sleep, never to come back. So, he slept away. And that means he passed away. Panktirathe Prasupte. So I think before going further, I would like to give you the Anvaya prose order. Again, the first line is the normal way of prose order. Rame vanam vrajati, kama, panktirathe prasupte, kama. Tadanim, you can add this way or that way. Rajyapavada chakite bharate. Three types of Sati Saptami expression. So we say Sati, add Sati. Rame manam vrajati Sati. Panktirathe prasupte Sati. Rajyapavada chakite bharate Sati. You can say Bharate Rajyapavada chakite, Rajyapavada chakite bharate Sati. Tadanim kaha iva Kosalavasinaha tan ashvasayet. Now you remember, all of you may know that yadi means if, chet also means if. So we can use either of them in a sentence. And the beauty is, in English it is different, whereas in Sanskrit, yadi should be used as the first word in the class, C-L-A-U-S-E, and chet will be used at the end of the class. So now you can say, so kaha iva Kosalavasinaha ashvasayet tan, tan Kosalavasinaha ashvasayet tvam api sahasavrittihi asihi sita iva chet. So you can also put this way, namely, tvam api sahasavrittihi asihi sita iva chet kaha tan Kosalavasinaha ashvasayet iva. Or you can say kaha iva tan Kosalavasinaha ashvasayet. You find that Vedantadeshika's works are simple, very simple, hard, very hard, and so on. In philosophical works, he is very hard. In even ordinary devotional songs, he is very hard. At the same time, in Padukasahasram, we find it is our pleasant task to understand the simple words from Padukasahasram, Sri Padukasahasram. So you find here the meaning. So the third Sati expression, Sati Saptami expression. So when Bharata was shivering in his bones, Chakite, he trembled because the whole kingdom accused him of the action, namely Rama had to go to the forest for 14 years. I will tell you an interesting anecdote after the end of this Paddhati, how the teacher of Kalidasa, the predecessor of Kalidasa is considered the greatest poet in Sanskrit, and even Swami Vedantadeshika imitated him rather exactly. He quoted verbatim 2 or 3 verses from the Meghaduta of Sri Kalidasa to his Hamsa Sandesha, namely of Vedantadeshika. Such a great poet was Kalidasa. But Kalidasa's predecessor was Bhasa. Bhasa wrote 13 dramas in Sanskrit. It's very interesting. They are very interesting. Sometimes Bhasa is accused of grammatical mistakes, and we always dismiss them. Even in Valmiki Ramayana, Valmiki being the Adi Kavi, we are not to blame Adi Kavi Valmiki for some grammatical exceptions, for which rules were framed after the times of Valmiki and times of Kalidasa. Times of Bhasa. Kalidasa could have been called a perfect Sanskrit scholar, but nevertheless, Bhasa was his predecessor. And therefore, Bhasa's drama, Pratima Natakam, gives beautifully this scene, namely the boons taken by Kaikeyi from Dasharatha. And let us see how interestingly it is dealt with in the Pratima Natakam of Bhasa. Now, that is different. I think we would also offer you the opportunity from Vyoma Lab to take the Natakams of already it is on. Pratima Natakam is on by one of my wards called Mrs. Shobha Vasuki, Ph.D. from Bengaluru. Therefore, so she has already started. You can enjoy this scene from the slides of Pratima Natakam of Bhasa. Now here, the second half contains again Utpreksha Alankara, again imagination, fertile imagination. It is not R-I imagination, A-W-R-Y. So it is a fertile imagination of Sri Vedantadeshika. Now, the divine sandals are a little compared with the actions of goddess Sita. We would say in Tamil, Sita Pirati. Here in Ranganatha's case, we call her Periya Pirati. This is Periya Kovil, Ranganatha is Periya Perumal, and the food offered is called Periya Avasaram. And we have the instrument played in the temple called Periya Melam, and so on. All are great. Don't say big, but it's not great. So Periya Perumal, the great god. Periya Pirati, the great goddess. So we are talking about here Sita here, because of it is Ramayana. And with only Sita, the whole Ramayana survives according to Parashara Bhattar in his Sri Gunaratna Kosha. He says Ramayanam Praniti. Ramayanam is breathing well because of the presence of Sita. So now what did Sita do? Sita made an adventurous act. He even chided Sri Rama. She said to him when he did not accept her to accompany. He did not allow her to accompany him to the forest, and he gave some reasons. The forest is full of animals, beasts, and there will be danger, a lot of danger in the forest, and therefore you have to take care of the mothers-in-law. 3 mothers-in-law is very difficult. He said, you please stay in Ayodhya. I will go to the forest and come back after 14 years. So Sita did not agree. Sita caught hold of his foot, 1 foot. Why 1 foot? Because Lakshmana had caught hold of the other foot. When you catch somebody's hand, one can even just get free from you by moving the hand. But whereas moving the legs, which are now bound by these 2 people, Sita and Lakshmana, Rama could not but take them. So here, could not leave them. And therefore, now all the people in Ayodhya, not only Ayodhya, the capital city, but also the entire kingdom, Kosala, we know that it is called Uttara Kosala, the northern Kosala country. All the residents of all the citizens of the kingdom were so sore, S-O-R-E, and they were so sad that there was nobody to console them. Therefore, Vedantadeshika imagines that who else is there except, oh, divine sandals. There is no address here in Sambodhana Prathama Bhakti, but still he is asking. So you can add Manipada Rakshe for our sake, for our understanding. Hey Manipada Rakshe, Kaha, who Ashwasayet will console. So Kaha Iva Ashwasayet, who as if will console. Whom? Tan. Tan again, the uniqueness of the citizens of Ayodhya. Generally, as you know, that today you can't say and compare this to the people of this country or any other country. Even when we are patriotic, suppose we love our nation, Bharatadesha, we cannot love our leaders also. So whereas Kosala kingdom residents loved Rama like anything, that the background that you know very well. Before Kaikeyi asked the boon the next morning, the previous evening, the arrangements were meticulously in order that Rama would be crowned as the heir apparent of the Kosala kingdom. But it was not to be. And therefore, so you find that Dasaratha called for a meeting of all the citizens and the ministers, the whole lot. And he informed the assembly that he would anoint Sri Rama as the heir apparent the next day. All said yes. And the curious question from Dasaratha's mouth was, are you bored with my 60,000 years of rule? Are you sad because I ruled the country for the past 60,000 years? So, because and they said, we love Sri Rama more, your son, not that we love you less. So tan is a peculiar, I mean, as I told you last time also, tam, you use the words of tat shabda, either pullinga or strilinga or napumsakalinga. It has got a very great significance. Such great people of Kosala country. So who as if will console, make them peaceful and take them away from sadness? Kosala Vasina. Then Sita, now what was the adventurous act of Sita? Sita went along with Rama. And even if the divine sandals made the same adventurous act of going with Sri Rama for the 14 years of completion of the boon, then what would happen? Vedantadeshika now seems to be more worried about the people of the kingdom than the king of the country. You find that people are more important to the king. King is important to the people mutually, but people are more important because they are the majority. The king should always favor only people and not his own family, unlike what happens today. So Sita, even just like Sita, it is not, of course, a full comparison. It's only a utpreksha. It cannot be called upama, simile. Whereas, upama yatra, similarity must be there in every aspect. In many aspects, there should be similarities. Though there is one similarity in gender here, the divine sandals are in feminine gender, and Sita is also belongs to feminine gender, and therefore that is the only comparison here, or rather similar aspect. But otherwise, what you can say, though Vedantadeshika addresses this divine sandals as a chetana, a sentient being, or you can say animate thing, but whereas it is inanimate, and whereas Sita is a human being for our present time, and afterwards you understand Sita is the mother of the entire universe. So Sita, so as if Sita, don't translate Eva as like Sita. Sita pola illa, Sita madri illa. Sita madri solla, oru madriya solla Sita madri. And just like, not just like Sita, as if Sita, Chetri, if, Tvam, you, Api also. So along with Sita, if you have gone to the forest completely for 14 years, Sahasa Vrittihi, Sahasam adventure, which we use in Tamil also, Vrittihi action, Asihi, you were. So as if you were Sita, had you gone along with Sri Rama. So who will console the people? So the question is answered in the positive. Yes, the vyoma, the divine sandals of Sri Rama tell Sri Vedantadeshika, yes, there will be nobody else other than us to console the people of Kosala. So this is the beauty in Utpreksha. Again, we will take up the details of Utpreksha at the end of the session, and if at all it is not possible, we will take it up in the next session. I'm happy that at least one of the participants questioned me on the three aspects of Utpreksha, Hetu, Karya, and Phala. Right. So here we go to the next one. Now let me read the, let me say we don't say read it or recite it. So let me be humble to say this. Padavani. Again, Sambodhana Prasama Vibhakti. So Padavani Prabhavataha Jagatam Trayanam Brahmat Api Tvam Adhika Niyatam Prabhavat Naha Chet or Na Chet. So Katham Nu Bharatasya Tam Eva Lipsoho Pratyayanam Paripanam Bhavati Bhavitri. Now, before going to the 8th verse, I think I forgot to give you some details which Vyoma-Samskrit Lab organizer, Shriman Venkata Subramaniam, has given me the gift of the book published by Kupaswami Shastri Research Institute, Chennai. And I think I should fulfill my gratitude towards Vyoma Lab in understanding, in making you understand Padukasahasram better. If you are very good in Tamil, that is more important. So you find that, let me take just a few. One Sri Uve Keshava Iyengar, who was a great expert in Tamil, a very great scholar in Tamil, he has given beautifully the translation or the meaning of the Padukasahasram words in beautiful terms. Rather, sometimes we can say Chendamil. We also say sometimes Kodundamil. Because even people like me who have Tamil as our mother tongue do not understand very much deeply. Now, I would like to quote these, especially 7th one, which we are going through, we just gone through. So we will take up Rame Vanam Rachati. We saw the 7th verse. I will read the Tamil one. And those who are Tamilians, please see whether you can understand. A little difficult also. Mudarashu Tunjavire Munnadaviye Sadhu Varu Tambi Parivadamuri Anja Sitayana Sakasani Shaidanayanipur Padanilai Kosalarei R.Thirunarayana. Almost same meaning. There cannot be different meaning. It's a very good Tamil song. It's a song. It's translated as a song. A beautiful poetic translation from Sanskrit to Tamil. So let us also take the Tamil translation, poetic translation of 8. I think somebody has opened their audio. I think you must please stop your. So here, Amuyirevaikum Irayandam Marachi Raman Idin Innirum Irumai Manumani Padu Amavaniye Perava Parum Bharatanuke Mamudani Mamuni Tippanaya Mayinamai Ditte. Even reading the Tamil song is very difficult for us because so great a scholar with what we call the ornate style. he has composed a song in translation in poetic form. This is only a sample. I think I would not venture to explain the Tamil song to you because it's very easy to read this Sanskrit one. So here, so he is addressing directly the divine sandals. Hey Padavani. So Padavani is called Padavani. Let us go into the grammar little later. It is little difficult also. I'm not that much proficient in grammar to explain to you the what we call vyutpatti of the words. So here, Padavani, Pada, how to protect. So protecting the feet. The divine sandals protect the divine feet. Now, when you say the word protect, whom is protected by whom? By whom? And if you question the action here, so protection comes from, all protection comes from Lord Sriman Narayana, here in the Acha form Sri Ranganatha. But still, we always feel on earth while as human beings feel we all do our actions. We all perform our actions by ourselves. It is not so. In Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, we always say very fast, a sankalpa before and after any action, even taking bath. So we say, Bhagavan eva swaniyamya swarupa sthiti pravritti shashesha daikarasena anena atmana kartra. So by me, the individual soul, anena atmana kartra, swakiyaischa upakaranaihi, by the accessories supplied by you, swakiyescha upakaranihi, swaradhanaika prayojanaya, in order to make you please or make, or rather hear God's words, make myself happy. So swaradhanaika prayojanaya, Bhagavan, Sarvasheshi, Shiyapatihi, Paramapurushaha, Kashesha Bhutamidam. Now I can add what we are doing now. Sri Padukasahasram Vyakhyanam Akhyam Karma Sasmai Swaprite Swayameva Karayati. All those who can understand very simple words of Sanskrit in this Sankalpa. Now I am in the class. So here, okay. So here you have when we finish a function, any action for that matter, any simple action for that matter, or any very serious fire ritual action. So we say at the end, Sasmai Swaprite Swayameva Karitavan. What all he did was through me, and he did it, everything. So this type of what you call, the attitude is important, but our thinking is we do all activities. And we claim also right to the activity, we claim fame for the activity. And therefore, we all, I must also have said already that this Sattvika Tyaga before and after finishing every session. Prabhavataha Jagatam Trayana. Now, we understand the words in the Anvaya prose order. So, He Padamani, Trayanam Jagatam Prabhavataha, Tvam Ramadapi Adhika Prabhavat Niyatam. You can also say, displace some words. So, Trayanam Jagatam Prabhavataha, Tvam Tava, add Tava Prabhavat Niyatam means surely Ramadapi Adhika. Now, this is an exaggeration. So it is called hyperbole in English. And you say, still it corresponds to Utpreksha, but not so. And this is only an exaggeration. And exaggeration is always beautiful. And therefore, Mahalakshmi Narayanan can, your question can be answered at the end of the session. So, Katham, now again, please understand how Chet should be used. So katham nu na chet bharatasya lipsoho tam eva pratyayanam paripanam bhavati bhavitri. So you can also use this katham nu no chet bhavati tam eva bharatasya lipsoho pratyayanam paripanam bhavitri. Now, how did the question is, how did Bharata believe the divine sandals that they too are capable of administrating the entire kingdom Kosala, and in turn, and the divine sandals will be responsible for the administration of the entire universe. Jagatam Trayanam, if you say, just say 3 worlds, the heaven, the earth, and the hell, you can say, what you call nether world. Let us not use the word hell. So, generally people today, without saying hello, H-A-L-L-O, I think the English spelling has been H-E-L-L-O. Let us avoid this word, a bad word. So we will say Ram Ram, as Lakshman Raghuram says very beautifully. Every time he says Ram Ram. Why don't we follow the habit of Lakshman Raghuram of Vyoma? So here it is very difficult because if you don't practice, therefore, even in answering my phone, I will always say Namaste in the beginning. And somebody mistook me as some North Indian, and then he did not talk to me. He put down the receiver and again talked to me. Then I said Suprabhatam. Then when I said good morning as Suprabhatam, again he thought I am a North Indian. And therefore, then of course, when I was repeating Suprabhatam, he understood that I am saying the word in Sanskrit for good morning. So please do say good words, names of gods, Hare Rama. Many people use the word Harihi Om in some certain organization. That is wrong, because the Pranava syllable should not be pronounced at any time as we like. It is a very important syllable in the beginning, at the end of scriptures, and please note it should not be used. And you will find very great authors like Kulashekara Alvar in his Mukundamala. All of you might have heard Mukundamala. The mantram sa pranavam pranama sahitam pravartayadvam muhu. That is a statement of. So when all people read this stotra of Lord called Mukundamala of Kulashekara Alvar, they will not use the word OM. And many people mispronounce it with a very long vowel, in the sense, as you find in scriptures, 3 matras and 4 matras. And we are not supposed to use unless we know scriptures advised by acharyas. We must have learned scriptures from the preceptors. Otherwise, Padukasahasram, once you start with Santashri Ranga Prithvisha in the first verse of 1008, from some teacher, when somebody even at home, you can start reading Padukasahasram as you like. So it's called Swadhyaya, one of the Panchakala Prakriyas of the daily routine. And Swadhyaya, self-study. You can all do it self-study in Sanskrit of Padukasahasram, not anything, any scripture for that matter. And for your information, good information, even a single letter of the scriptures will give us the benefit of reciting the names of Lord many times. Single repetition of single name, single letter of the scriptures will bestow us the benefits of the entire script, list of names of the Lord. But whereas when we commit mistake, as we know, as we all know, the mistake also will be in 100 times form or 1,000 times, because we made a very grave mistake. Grave blunder. It's a grave blunder if you say even Om at any time. So there are some restrictions. Now, why there are restrictions, we will discuss later. So here, so no chet, if not, as we say in English, if not. So, how do we understand how Sri Vedantadeshika recognized these divine sandals as better than even Rama? Better than Rama. Tvam adhika Ramadapi. So, Jagatantrayanam Prabhavataha, as the three worlds have come in flesh and blood, namely from the source. So, among the creations of the three worlds, Tvam, you, Ramadapi adhika. You are better than, you are more than Rama. In the sense, Niyatam surely Prabhavat, by your greatness. I told you I had Tava Prabhavat, and also Rama Prabhavat. So than the greatness of Sri Rama, greatness of Sri Rama, your greatness is more. How? Otherwise, if not, now what is the support of this statement of Sri Vedantadeshika? He gives it in the second half. So Bharata believed you. So Bharata wanted somebody else to rule the kingdom because he didn't like his mother Kaikeyi demanding a boon from Dasharatha for ruling the kingdom. Why? Kalidasa gives the reason in his Raghuvansha 12th canto, namely, Bharata will be termed as Pariveta. Pariveta. We can use the word Pariveta even today in another context, namely, when younger brother gets married before the elder brother remains a bachelor, and younger brother, there are some cases where younger brother has to be married before elder brother. He is called Pariveta. Now, let us not go deep into the why Pariveta is a sinner and so on. So, this special name is given for the mistake, rather the hurry with which one performs such an action. So Bharata did not want to become Pariveta because it is the general role of any nation, any race, namely the eldest son of the king should become the king after the father. That is the rule, the strict rule. Then Bharata did not want to disobey the strict rule, and therefore, not only that, Bharata did not become avaricious of the kingdom. He did not have lobha of the kingdom. He was not trying to snatch away the kingdom from the father or the eldest brother, just like the other religions, other religious kings do. In our history, you find that other religious kings snatched away their fathers. Even in our Purana, you have in Srimad Bhagavata, Kamsa usurped the father's kingdom and made himself a king. We have a very bad examples also in our Puranas, lores. In Srimad Bhagavatam is a Puranam, and as you know. So, no chet, if not, katham, how? So, Bharata was wanting lipsoho. He wanted some confident, C-O-N-F-I-D-A-N-T-E, confident, a friend who can be believed, in whom he can repose faith that Kosala kingdom can be managed very beautifully by someone. So, and he had a what we call paripanam. Paripanam. Panam, as we say in Tamil, is money. Panam is money, which means value. Though you say Indian rupee has no value of very much value. It's going to be very much valued because of the good government that we have. So paripanam, it's a what we call substitute. So pratyayanam is confidence. So bhavati bhavitri. Now, in the first half, Vedantadeshika addressed the divine sandals as tvam, you, in singular. Again, the same singular form is used with more respect. Bhavati bhavitri. A madam, we say lady in English. We don't say woman. Whereas for man, you have to add gentleman. We say ladies and gentlemen. we give preference to the ladies while we address a session. So gentleman, the word gentle has to be added to the man. So we need that. Whereas bhavati doesn't need anything else. So bhavati means respectful lady. Lady itself means in English respectful. Yatra naryaha pujyante tatra ramante devataha is a proverb in Sanskrit. As you understand, that even gods and goddesses become happy while the ladies are respected in a country. So, yatra naryaha pujyante, tatra ramante devataha. So, now, even, the divine sandals being in definite feminine gender, so we find that, so how, katham, so Bharatasya lipsoho pratyayanam paripanam, so tam eva, when he was searching for a good substitute for Rama, since he did not want to be a king of Kosala, so bhavati paripanam bhavitri. You would be, bhavati, you, so respectfully you, ningal iruvarum, because it is dual, because it's a pair of divine sandals. Bhavitri will be paripanam, the equal substitute for the kingdom in the place of Rama. So you know that how Bharata is so fond of Rama, so reluctant to the kingdom, and even we see in Ramayana, he scolded his own mother. Whenever there are some negative aspects in any book, we are not to follow those negative situations, but only think of the principle and find out the positive side of it. So let me say again, if you are not very clear about it, they have some questions, we can ask them at the end. So Padavani Prabhavato Jagatam Trayana Ramadapi Tvamadhika Niyatam Prabhava Nochet Kathannu. Nu is what you call a doubtful question, meaning how did Bharata believe you? So there's a what you call doubt, an apprehensive attitude. Katham nu bharatasya tameva lipso pratyayanam paripanam bhavati bhavitri. So let us take at least the meaning quickly, for time is getting finished. So let me go to the 9th verse. Manye niyujya bhavatim manipadarakṣe parshnigrahasya bharatasya nivaranartham ratna akaram. So Janani Narayanan can wait till the end of the session. I will give you some minutes also. So ratna akaram sapadi goshpadayan vijigye Ramaha. So all of you may know that that letter, the syllable cha, preceded by the visarga, should be pronounced. There is no sandhi here. So Ramaha, you don't say Ramah Chanena. So in Sri Vishnu Sahasranama, you will find 4 places where the syllable cha occurs after visarga. After visarga. Please remember that. So Ramaha Chanena Rajani Chara Rajadhani. So I think still, the time for ending the session approaches fast. So let me tell you, there are 6 words for Utpreksha used by great poets, especially 6 words. How do we identify Utpreksha? What we call Tarkuri Petrani in Tamil. We have to identify, recognize one of the 6 words. What are those 6 words? Manye, that is the first word, manye. Then shanke, I doubt. So the word, the letter, single letter nu that we saw in 8 also can suffice. But the convention is we must use one of the 6 words. What are the 6 words? Number 1 is manye. The second one is dhruvam. The one that has been used earlier that you know is Iva. So, Manye, Dhruvam, Shanke, Iva. And one more, I shall tell you just now. It is Prayaha, Noonam. So these are the 6 words. So Manye, Prayaha, Iva, Noonam, Shanke, Dhruvam. These are the words. 2 of them are verbs, Manye, Shanke, and all the others are avyayas, indeclinables. You would have heard about indeclinables, unchanging forms of the words. So here they are very small words, which are very significant also. So indeclinables are used mostly with meaning, sometimes without meaning also, in order to fill up the exigency of the meter. So you have, let us also discuss sometimes, if you like, the meter of the Padukasahasram. And initially, I want to tell you already, I have told this point, namely, the first verse of all the 32 Paddhatis of Sri Padukasahasram is a shloka, is an Anushtup Chandas. So I told you the rule also. So in Anushtup Chandas, you have 256 varieties. Don't think that it is only one variety called shloka. In Anushtup Chandas, a great division called, big division called prosody, Prosody. You have divisions of vrittam, meter, because it is 2 power 8, because there are 8 syllables in every quarter. There are 32 syllables in each verse, and that is called a shloka with a definite definition. So Manye is one of them. So let us, of course, take this in the next session tomorrow. But still, I will just give you the prose orders, especially for Radha Vallabha Das and all others who are interested. Then I want to have a particular, individual attention of all of you. Though there are 45 participants, I would love to interact with everyone. And that is why Vyoma Lab has asked me, ordered me to take you through Sri Padukasahasram. So, Aham Manye, Aham is understood because Manye is in Uttama Purusha Ekavachana, that is the first person singular. So, Aham is understood. So this is the beauty in Sanskrit. We need not use the subject of the sentence always or even. So, Bhavatim Niyujya, He Manipadarakṣe, He Manipadarakṣe, Aham Manye, Bhavatim Niyujya, Bharatasya Parshnigrahasya Nivaranartham, Ramaha, Goshpadayan Ratnakaram Sapadi, Shanena Rajanichara Rajadhanim Vijikye. This is the prose order. I think I'm a little fast in making you understand because you are seeing in the monitor the screen arranged by Lakshman Raghuram beautifully and Maheshwari Swasa. We have the entire what you call pattern of the recording, or sorry, the presentation is very beautiful by Zoom. So, Bhavatim Niyujya, He Manipadarakṣe, Manye Bhavatim Niyujya, Bharatasya Parshnigrahasya Bharatasya Nivaranartham, Ramaha, Sapadi, Ratnakaram Goshpadayan, Chanena Rajanichara Rajadhanim Vijikye. Now, please remember, the good words come out of the mouth of, the lotus mouth of Sri Vedantadeshika so fast that within 1.5 hours, he completed successfully and got the first prize on the next day, Sri Padukasahasram. Let me say the last verse of the 1008, and then we can give you some time for question. Of course, we are over beating the time. Jayati iti raja suktihi. The respect for the preceptor is mentioned here. Jayati iti raja suktihi. Jayati mukundasya paduka yugani. Tadubhayadhana Trivedim Avandhayanto Jayanti Bhuvisantaha Kavitarkika Samhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Yes, please, your questions. Somebody will help me to attend, find out how I can rope in people who raised the hand. Janani Narayanan. Someone else also. You can talk to me as so the employee of the Vyoma lab can help me like this. How I forgot the earlier programs. I think I can stop sharing the screen. Let me question and answers. Yes. What is Bhavitri? Deepti is asking a question in chat. So Bhavitri is a noun using the dhatu bhu. Bhu is a basic root. So bhav is the actual form. So Bhavitri is it's a future meaning of the future action. Will be. Bhavitri is will be. And it is a noun, it can be declined just like any of the shabda of ikaranta. Bhavitri, bhavitriyo, bhavitriya. So I think I need not type the answer. I have heard, she says, Annapurni, madam says, Mata says, I have heard the ladies should not tell the pranamam om. Not only pranamam om, but also the scriptures. Many people replace their male partners in the family because they don't recite the scriptures. The ladies think that they can take up the assignment. They can replace or they can substitute men in scriptures. No, we must not do it. Why? The basic quality, I don't know where it is mentioned that ladies should not say the scriptures. I'm sorry that I'm still searching, groping in the dark where ladies are not allowed to recite scriptures. But the effect is already known by all. I too know this effect, the bad effect, the consequence that we will face while ladies recite the scriptures, including the first letter, syllable, om. Now, it involves a lot of strenuous exercise, number one. And if you are prepared for it, even if you are prepared for it, you are not supposed to. Because there are some departments assigned to us as male and female. For example, suppose I start to cook. No, none of my family members will relish the dishes. They will throw away because I don't know how to cook. There are some good cooks like in Puranas, Nala and Bhima. Nala is known for his Nala Paka, cooking. He is also good in cooking. He is also good in taking care of the horses. He is a good stable keeper. He is a king fit for fight and so on. But Bhima among the Pandavas is a very good cook. As we see him in Viratanagara for running their life for a year incognito, Ajnatavasa. He was a cook. He took the role of a cook. But unfortunately, because of maybe you can say male chauvinism, we have not named cooks among ladies. Sorry about that, because I am not to be blamed. All are what you call male-dominating Puranas and so on. So here, the scriptures, while recited by the ladies, since biologically they are different from males, their uterus, which it is used for begetting children, giving birth to children, will be affected. because of the energy that you spend, a lot of energy you spend from the navel to the mouth. So whenever we pronounce even Sanskrit words, ordinary Sanskrit words, in what you call pronouncing the hard consonants, aspirated consonants, second and fourth letters, ka and ga, just for example. So we have to use the sound emanating from the navel part of the body. Therefore, the belly, the uterus especially, the womb, W-O-M-B, is said to be affected by a long time, what you call difficult sentence. That is, let me give an example. Acharyaya priyam dhanamahritya prajatantum vyavachetsi. This is a small example. If you take Vishnu nukam virjani pravocham yapparthivani mamera jagunsiyo askabhaya duttaragum sadastham vichakramanas. It goes on. And when we recite this, of course, we have to give an intervals of breath. In spite of it, the lady's physical frame will not tolerate this, will not bear this exercise. And therefore, we advise, according to the scientific principle, we don't advise them to recite scriptures. And in spite of the rule that the ladies are not supposed to recite scriptures, we say, please follow elders, that's all. பெரியவர்கள் சொல்வதை கேட்க வேண்டும். There is no let up in that. So elders must be obeyed. That's all. So no questions. Now why no question? The children ask. Even you all ask. Why no questions? Then you see Mahabhashyam of Patanjali Maharishi. He says, a Brahmana, a twice born, called Dvija. So you know the meaning. So a twice born has got the bounden duty, mandatory duty compulsory duty to learn scriptures along with Vedangas. I have not studied the Vedangas, 6 Vedangas. So Vedaha, Shadangaha, Adhyayaha, one must read, and Nyayascha, it must be understood. So what is the next line? Brahmanena nishkaranaha dharmaha. The duty without cause. That means don't ask questions. Right. I'm sorry I pressed it by mistake. So Janani, at least women cannot read Ramayana. No, they can read Ramayana. They can read Ramayana. Well, there is because Deepthi asked again a question, whether Ramayana can be read by ladies. It is emphatic, yes. But some people recommend that Vishnu Sahasranamam should not be read by ladies. Some very great people, my teachers, my gurus, have told me that Vishnu Sahasranamam is not to be recited by ladies. I asked them why. I don't stop asking them. I'm not ready to accept all words said by the preceptors. So I asked them, and they said, please avoid the syllable Om if you want ladies to recite Vishnu Sahasranamam. Again, your claim is, see Vishnu Sahasranamam given by, of course, Bhishma in Mahabharata, and that means Mahabharata should not be read by ladies? No. So shouldn't we read Mahabharata as ladies? Mahabharata can be read. Since Mahabharata can be read, Vishnu Sahasranamam also can be read, according to many of us. But because we should not actually disobey the preceptors also, in that sense, let us not pronounce the syllable Om, Pranavam, wherever it occurs. So it is very difficult to avoid that Om while we say it. Sagastra Koti Yugadharine Om Namaha. Every time. Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sagasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Sri Rama Nama Varanana Om Nama Iti. So everywhere you must remember that you should not say the pranava, and therefore because normally we tend to forget what advice we get from preceptors. So let us not say Vishnu Sahasranam. But it is not so. But I would try to avoid Om or say it in the mind only. Don't say it aloud. That's all that would I would suggest. Because elders must be seen. I think I have answered today's questions, and then anything else can be dealt with tomorrow. धन्यवादाः. स्वागतम् again. स्वागतं पुनः श्वस्तने पठनार्थम्. I hope I shall end the session.